You are listening to a Cult Talk Network podcast.
My lord, this man is a menace. He disregards Munitorum regulations. He answers seemingly at will. And he only answers to help. Were it not for the gruesome death toll he exacts upon the Emperor's foe, I would recommend action. Yet, he is a deadly living weapon. He has wrought butchery on Xenos and heretics alike, from the Horde to the Sun. He was directly responsible for the North incident. And on Tarloth, he killed a little over 300 enemy combatants, using nothing but a piece and unconventional? Yes. Heretical? Verging upon it. Yet, through his actions, Guardsman Marbo rescued not only the governor, but also, in retrospect, the entire war effort. My lords, after long consideration, I can only recommend that you approve the deployment of Guardsman Marbo to and thank the Emperor that he is on our side. Emperor be praised.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Call Lore. I'm Ben.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Jerry.
And we're going to close out July with another hero of the Imperium. We chose Sly Marbo. This will be a shorter episode, but I think a fun one.
The Marbo's on this guy.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those.
Yeah, I wasn't very sly, Jerry.
Ooh.
So on this final episode of Call to Lore, we would really like to join you. We would really like you to join us.
Yes, like
for
kills
Sly
everything,
Marbo.
doesn't he?
Yeah.
I hope it's been a good run. We're going out on a high note. Oh. Anyway, Sly Marbo is kind of one of those fun characters that exists in 40K that doesn't really exist. I don't know that there's any books where he's the main character. He doesn't seem to have any plot storylines. He is mentioned in some books I saw.
Ooh, like as a legendary sort of.
Yeah.
Oh, Sly, Sly.
A lot of it comes from the codex and like the figurine stuff that has like his equipment and stuff like that from it, and the Catachan codex. So, a lot of it's kind of outside of story sources, but it still adds to the story, I guess. God, I hate when they do this codex stuff.
They're building a mythos.
They are, but it's outside of like actual storytelling. And if you're not a 40K fan, it's a really odd concept where it's like, so they give you lore outside of the lore and you're like, yeah.
So I'll say this. When I was introduced to 40K by you, Sly came up very early on, and he did seem like this kind of mythical figure and stuff. As a matter of fact, I think it struck me that he was a mythical figure before it struck me that the Primarchs were. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So this should be an interesting episode. From what I understand, Jerry has a list of Sly Marbo jokes that he would like to...
I'll have to get them all out at once because as soon as I do, I'm demoted to like a sergeant or a gunner specialist, plasma grade 1.
He's going to inflict upon us.
Yeah.
So that should be fun.
Jim.
Anyway, who is Sly Marbo? Why is he so legendary? And what's up with his name?
These are all very good questions.
So I think first things first, we should play on
Sylvester Stallone.
because nobody wants to.
Hey guys, Future Eric here. Sorry, we had a little bit of audio fuckery in the past. Ben was just making the point that we should acknowledge that Sly Marbo's name is a play on the name of celebrity Sylvester Stallone, who had the nickname Sly. There you go.
Oh, that I've ever actually even heard him pronounce his own first name, which would be interesting.
That is interesting. Come to think of it, I don't think I have either. I never realized that.
But anyway,
Yeah,
he
You
is.
hardly ever say your own name.
I guess not. Well, I talk to myself a lot. Future Eric.
What?
Yeah, there's.
Oh, yeah.
See? Yeah.
In Eric's mind, there exists a plethora of Erics.
Yeah, it's agonizing.
Yeah, that's.
It's a pantheon.
A dark one.
It's more like an Acropolis, really.
Yeah, there we go.
But Sly Marbo is a Catachan jungle fighter, specifically known as a Catachan Devil, which is their like specialty troops.
Yeah.
And what is a Catachan jungle fighter, you might ask? Well, they are soldiers of the Imperium that specialize in jungle warfare that hail from the planet of Catachan.
Yep.
Yep.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's so elaborate.
But what that actually means is they're pretty bad motherfuckers.
Yes.
Catachan is considered to be a death world. It's like one of the worst death worlds. Everything, including the plants, just want to fuck you up.
I have a list ready of a few of the things that Marbo would have grown up with.
Okay, well, let's see what he diapered with.
Okay. So, the plants, like you mentioned, are a big part of this list. There's the brain leaf, which is a carnivorous plant that attaches to the animal's nervous system and, takes control of their body.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's how the cordyceps works. Like on those ants.
The fungus that turns them into zombies.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Great, we're turning into
Nice.
Catachan.
Real life. Yeah. There's a spiker, which is another plant that shoots its spikes at animals and people and things. And those spikes inject a virus that alters your DNA until you become another spiker. Yep. That's how it procreates. A Venus man trap. Self-explanatory.
So women are immune.
Huh?
Are women immune to it?
Maybe. Jeez. A strangle plant. Again, I feel like that's relatively self-explanatory. There is, this one was cool. A Kanak floater, which is a plant that is full of lighter than air gas and floats around in the sky until it senses moisture below it, which, humans being 70% water, something like that, we count. And then it explodes. And its like seeds are in the shape of shards, and just that explosion just sends them down to the ground, and it dices and slices whatever's beneath it. So, God, that was just plants that I won't go on through all of these, but those were all just plants.
Yeah, that's not even getting into the horrific fucking animals that inhabit that planet.
Good Lord. So,
Death world.
Yeah, there's
Death World.
Death World.
Yeah, those are your basic stuff. So these guys are badass because that's where they grew up.
Yeah,
And
these are all things he would have had to.
survived.
Yeah, these are all things he'd had to deal with as a baby,
Yeah.
as a child.
And then he's even cooler and more awesome than your average Catachan.
Yeah, some of these feats rank right up there and beyond what Space Marines and what like the Ministorum assassins are capable of. Like the Vindicares and stuff like that, which is, we haven't covered them, but fuck. Wow. I mean, they make Space Marines look like sissies when it comes to that specific thing they're trained in. So the fact that he's ranking up there with them and he's not even, as far as we know, he's a non-augmented human.
Yeah.
Which they need, if they ever dive into him, they need to keep him an unaugmented human because 40K needs those human heroes.
Yeah, that'd be good.
But anyway, Sly Marbo, the first name Sly, we actually don't know if that is his real name. Catachan does have a tradition of bestowing the first name upon people based on their deeds. Yeah. And a lot of these deeds that we might go into are all stealth, right? He's like a stealth ambush guy.
Super sneaky, super duper sneaky.
Guerrilla tactics.
Yeah.
We actually don't know a whole lot about him. He's headed the head of him is the only guy that he answers to is a guy by the name of Colonel Tropman, which he's the guy that found him, trained him. He was there's a story that he was one of 10 brothers. And so it looks like he might have trained those 10, or maybe actually, I think the other one I heard was that they all died in a war, except for Sly. And he managed to kill the war boss, which is impressive,
to say the least.
Although it did say that he had a single shot through the eyes of that war boss. You know, they found Sly carrying his head with a single gunshot wound through the middle of the eyes.
Okay.
I don't think that would have killed a war boss. So I'm just wondering what else he did to him that killed him. Maybe that like helped bring him down and then he took his head off and killed him.
Right. Yeah.
Because I don't think he had his signature weapons at that time.
Okay.
Because from what I understand, all of them were taken out, and then Colonel Trapman led the rescue mission and found him being the only survivor, and then took him into his mentorship.
Okay. Yeah.
And it seems by all accounts, he's really good at improvising with what's on the field as weapons.
Yeah, he doesn't take anything except for what's called a Ripper pistol, which is an automatic pistol. So it looks like a MAC-10, which a MAC-10 or an Uzi, which you'll find. Yeah. And yeah. Remember, kids, the Uzi is worth a damn. The MAC-10 is not. So pick up that one, leave that one. Leave that one, pick up that one. What is it, Eric? Pick up that one, leave. Nope. Pick up that one, leave that one. Have fun editing that.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Pipe down, future.
Yeah. But it shoots metal fragments that carry with it a poison that is like infinitely lethal.
Right.
So I don't think he had that at the time. That seems to be something that he picked up after his training with Tropman.
Okay. Gotcha.
Of course, Tropman, Traupman, is a play on Trapman, which was Rambo's handler.
Colonel Sam Trautman.
Bring over the Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, yeah. Big time
Rainbow.
with those ties. Yeah.
And then the other weapon he carries is called an envenomed blade, which is just basically Rambo's Bowie knife that's venomed.
So it's also like bigger than a knife, really.
It is, yeah.
Huge, yes. Yeah. But he just holds it like a knife.
It's more like a cleaver.
Right.
I saw on one of his figurines, it was sort of like held down here, kind of like very suggestively, like it was a third leg of some sort.
It was just covering it.
It was just this sword like hanging down.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Did you guys come across how he took out a Titan single-handedly? Did you guys come across that?
I saw that.
That he did, but not how.
Right. So I was listening to somebody describe how, so I can't remember quite, but he had something that he broke up. It was like a flask or something, or canister, broken up into little bits of metal, which he inserted into strategic circuit boards across the Titan. And it was like 3 items he had. So he also had like a little jug of what's their flammable fluid? Is it Promethium? He had that. He stuck it in the Titan's ammo cache, and then he stuck, I think it was a steak knife, maybe, in the firing pin of the Titan's gun. So when they started up the Titan, everything shorted out first, and then, during whatever conflict they started it up for, it started shooting, and it just ignited its own ammo and burned and exploded and was destroyed.
Boy, I hope that's in a book somewhere. If it is, drop it in the comment section.
Yeah.
I will move that to the front of the list, because that sounds pretty dope.
Yeah, it really does. And I'll try to find the video and or podcast that I heard that story and link it in the description. So if I find it, it will be there.
Yeah, I read lore-wise that was completely classified information.
Oh,
it's
whoops.
Stricken from
the record.
All history.
Shit. Yeah, that's right. I remember him saying that.
Like the how of doing it.
Oh, God. Is Sly going to be after me?
No.
Okay.
We're not official sources. Nobody's listening to us.
Whew, good deal.
I read that during the Octaris War, he was there. He went down there and was hunting the camouflaged lictors for sport.
Like in his leisure time. Ooh, those things are like deadly assassins in their own right, correct?
Oh, yeah. There's one lictor that ended up becoming known, I think it was the Death Leaper, that was dropped down onto a planet to destabilize the population for when the Terminids invaded. And so the way it decided to best do that was to destabilize its government. And so what it would do was it picked the head of their government and it would sneak into his room and just hover over his bed every night so that he would see it and just watch him all night. And anytime he would call any guards or anybody to come take care of it, it would butcher them all and then leave. And then it would just do that. And over time, he would slowly go mad and make all these decisions that destabilized the government and caused its collapse.
Oh, just by sitting there and watching him.
Yeah.
And just not going away.
And
it's like, I won't kill you. Don't call your guards.
Yeah. I'll kill anybody you send in here.
Oh, that's fucking wild. That's an incredible strategy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he goes and hunts those fucking things for fun.
Oh my God. Like those things are smart. They're like, I always think of Terminids as so mindless, but that's intelligent as fuck.
Yeah. The Death Leapers and the Lictors are like really smart.
Wow. And yeah, that's his leisure time. That's him hunting deer or whatever. In Ohio, it's deer or turkey, sometimes turkey.
Jerry, do you have something that you want to say about Sly Marbo's achievements?
So since I'm getting demoted anyway, I think I'll bring up some of his exploits just to share with my fellow soldiers.
Thanks, Jerry.
So they can be inspired.
I'm ready.
Sly Marbo threw a grenade and killed 5 orcs. And then it exploded.
Yes. Yes.
Sly Marbo poked the warp right in the eye of the terror. Just right in the eye. A Catachan devil once stung Sly Marbo, and after 5 solar days of agonizing pain, the devil died.
Yes! That poor devil.
Black armor wears Sly Marbo for protection. Sly Marbo doesn't have a shadow because he scared it off.
Nice.
When ambuls go to bed at night, they check their nest for Sly Marbo.
So ambuls.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Ben needs a break.
Ambuls are these giant subterranean beetle-looking creatures that stand on their hind legs. They're blue. They have these giant ass mandibles, and I'm pretty sure they're like strong enough to flip over. I think it's a land raider.
Nice. Okay.
The fastest way to a man's heart is with Sly Marbo's blade.
Oh, that's a badass one.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That's the one he uses at the bar for the pickup lines.
Sly Marbo once shot down a Daka jet by pointing at it with his finger and saying, bang.
That's not fair. If the orcs actually thought that would do it, it would work.
That warg energy.
That's not, I mean, it's just like, oh fuck, what's his name's arm?
Oh, yes. Wow. He's Yarrick.
Yarrick. Yeah, Commissar Yarrick. His arm works because the orcs believe it does. So
yep. He's got an orc arm because
it can be used against them.
All you got to do is believe. Sly Marbo doesn't shower. He takes blood baths.
That's hygiene.
I bet that's gross.
That's hygiene at its top. There's a lot of good nutrients in blood. It's good for the skin, I'm sure.
I don't think so.
There are people that do blood masks.
I don't care what they do.
Wow,
yeah,
there are? That's gross.
Yeah.
It's only not gross when it's Sly Marbo.
There are people that do like the placenta masks, I'm sure. Like I'm not taking advice from these fuckers.
Or like people that eat the placenta. Yeah, they do that.
For the nutrients.
Yep, nutrients. Do your thing. Sly.
No.
Back to Sly.
Anyway.
No, don't do your thing. Be better.
Lord Castellan Ursarkar E. Creed.
What? Okay.
Wears Sly Marbo pajamas.
Help him feel safe at night.
If at first you don't succeed, you're not Sly Marbo.
Jesus.
The official name for Exterminatus is Sly Marbo.
You get one more.
But they're so good.
They are. Come on, at least 3. Give us 3.
Okay, fine.
Yay.
Christ.
Sly Marbo beat a warlord titan at arm wrestling.
Yes.
If you're only giving me 2 more, I'm going to pick some good ones.
No.
Do it.
Sly Marbo sleeps with a pillow under his gun.
Aww.
That's just good courtesy.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Sly Marbo won a staring contest with a Necron.
Tell us your favorite Sly Marbo
Legend meme.
in the comments.
And like when you pair all these with like his description of what he's like outside of battle, right? Which inside of battle, most people don't see him.
Right.
He hangs in the shadows. Even when he's assigned to a squad, which he's not really assigned, it's more like he orbits that squad and protects them as they go about their mission.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they feel very honored by that too.
Well, I mean, you would.
Yeah.
Especially the Catachan Jungle Warriors, because he's obviously like their patron. But outside of battle, he's like a flat, emotionless, dead guy.
Yeah.
Like dead eyes, doesn't talk, doesn't do anything.
When he receives his orders, I guess he just kind of stands there, nods his head, and then
Gives a single nod and just walks off.
Yeah, that's it.
I guess he's like so stealthy that like sometimes you don't even know he's there, even though he's like right there.
Right.
Yep. And even then, he doesn't let people see his face. You just like see his chest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like built and like he's like huge, right?
Yeah, he's like they say that he's the size of a small orc, which is huge.
Yeah. And he often, like a lot of the times, there's like stories of like guardsmen showing up, on some mission, and they get there and like everything's already slaughtered.
Yep, already dead.
Yeah. Not a trace of what got them, and it's probably Sly. Went on ahead like a guardian angel.
A guardian something. But also, like, he's unhinged as well. There's a lot of reports of casualties on his side from basically people just kind of getting in his way.
Oh, wow. Because he's so just locked in on the mission, maybe.
Just unhinged.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can't suffer that type of battle and not, and 40K is not going to allow you
Right.
to walk away from that stuff unscathed.
No.
So I'm sure his demons are plenty dark.
Yeah. And like the way that he does a lot of warfare, it's guerrilla. He sets a lot of traps and ambushes and stuff too.
Camouflages.
Yeah. I could see people getting caught in the crossfire or shit like that.
Yep. And I mean, it was said he doesn't just fight Xenos, he also fights heretics. So I'm sure he's had to take out loyal people to get to somebody that wasn't.
Right. Do we know how long he's been active?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
Well, let me double check on that.
Yeah.
No, I don't see. I don't believe we know how old he is.
Yeah, it is a little vague on the numbers there when he began, and
which of course leads to theories that there are more than one, that the 10 brothers weren't killed.
Oh,
he's a clone. Just like the
wow,
just like how they think with the Krieg.
Right.
So,
oh yeah, he would be a target for a cloning specimen, wouldn't he? Somebody that fucking good.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It also explains how he's able to appear on all these different battlefields.
Right.
Guys, got anything else? If that's it, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for this. This is the brief rundown of the legend of Sly Marbo. Again, he's not a big character, but I like the spice of having these characters in 40K, these kind of nods to our cinematic side. I'm sure there are people that don't like it. If there is, let us know why, and I will tell you that that's an okay opinion for you to have. And I'll probably word it just like that.
Yeah. And I mean, that's a good point. He's kind of that, he is the epitome of kind of that mirror that Warhammer plays to our like fictions and stuff like that. Yeah.
I mean, I don't see, like, if they're going to take from Frank Herbert's Dune,
right,
and Lord of the Rings and all this, like, borrow from all these different other worlds and universes and stuff, Excalibur, King Arthur and stuff like that, I don't see any reason why our more 80s action, because I mean, obviously 40K was was established in the late 80s,
right?
So Rambo would have been at the height.
1982 is when Rambo came out.
So. Oh yeah, so
I'm sure I bet there's other ones that we have. It would be so cool if there
Alien.
was a. Oh yeah. Ooh, that would be cool if there was a Ripley.
Yeah.
An Ellen Ripley character.
Yeah.
Or a Die Hard, John McClane.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. That'll be that's a good avenue to kind of look at in future episodes, is like where specific parallels that are like Sly, if we find any like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because that'd be pretty boss.
All right, Eric. Play us out.
All right. Da, 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 da.
That's not what I mean. Do all the stuff that people don't like to listen to.
Thank you guys so much. Ooh, there we go. No, I like it. What are we looking up music for? We've got Jerry. Beautiful. No,
I'm
keep
not
going
paying.
over my bit. No. So thank you guys for listening to another episode of Cult of Lore. As you know, we are quite often talking about Warhammer 40K and all the lore involved in that. We just did a special episode for the 4th of July featuring our featuring some American Tall Tales.
Yeah, that was a fun episode. So go check that out.
Yeah,
it'll give you a flavor of what like when we're not doing this.
Yeah, and so we do branch out often into other different whatever kind of catches our fancy, and we're up for suggestions too. So leave them if you got them. If you enjoyed this and want to listen to some other shows from Cult Talk Net, you could check out The Cult of Campbell, where we review Bruce Campbell movies and give his performance in the movie a rating of groovy or not groovy. It's kind of fun and sparks a lot of interesting debates.
Yeah, you can. It's a bullshit system where you can have a movie that you absolutely hate. You hate this movie, but then you're like, but I'll give it a 5-star rating. Like, why? Because
Bruce was good in it. So yes, bad movies get groovy ratings sometimes, and sometimes good movies get not groovy ratings. Check it out if you want to have an aneurysm along with Ben.
What one did we have that was a good movie that was not groovy?
Alien Apocalypse. That was not. Oh wait, no, that was a bad movie. Good Bruce. I don't know. Future
Congo.
Yeah, that's right. It was not groovy.
Yeah, that was
a good movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
There
we go.
There we go.
There's one example. Another show that you might enjoy is Cult Talks Conspiracy with Ty and Bailey, and they get into all sorts of different conspiracy theories per episode. They also talk a lot about cryptids and UFOs and other sorts of mysterious things. So it's really cool. Yeah, they got all sorts of neat stuff over there. So please check them out. You can also listen to our editor, Michael, and Ty again talking about American Pie, the first movie. It's a 6-episode series based around one movie. So that's probably the most in-depth thing we've done for a movie. So that's pretty neat. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a little ashamed that they got to that in depth of a single movie before us.
No.
That kind of hurts.
No. Oh, I know. It's like, oh, it's such a good idea. Damn.
But we've got an idea to do our own version of Slices.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that.
It'll be more of a bite-sized thing.
Yeah. And, just search Cult Talk Net to find out more. I haven't mentioned it in a while, but we do have some merchandise. So if you want like a cool Cult of Lore mug or t-shirt or something, that exists. And you can find that. And
I find, not to dog on our merchandise, I find the idea that people want stuff with our faces on it fucking weird.
I mean, they're kind of our faces.
They're 40K versions of our faces.
Yeah.
I drink out of my mug on the regular.
Yeah. I still need to get a mug. I'm going to do that. Yeah, that's a good way to edit. Have a Cult of Lore mug right there. I love it.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, so that's it. I'm done with all that stuff. You guys are troopers.
And don't forget that we have Cultober coming up.
Yeah.
Is it number 4?
Cultober 4. Holy fuck, I think it is Cultober 4. That's 4 Cultobers.
Yeah.
Guys, Cultober is a big thing. Big deal to us. And we, really do a lot of spooky. We love Halloween. And so that's what the whole thing is celebrating. It's like a month long.
Yep.
Thing.
We try to find the darkest lore that we can cover.
Yeah.
Tied to what we're doing, obviously.
Yep.
And we also do as many horror movies as we can stomach.
Yep.
We have a few special projects in the pipes.
Yeah. Specifically for Cultober.
For Cultober.
Yeah. And it does, if you're listening on the podcast, there is a whole channel dedicated to Cultober. I don't know if channel's the right word, but yeah.
We'll call it a channel.
Yeah. All the Cultober episodes are there if you do want to listen back to some old ones. Apparently, we're about to have 4 years worth. So, holy cow.
It's a lot.
Yep.
It's a lot of content.
Yeah. So, and a lot of fun making most of it.
And also stay tuned for our next episode, which is going to be pirates.
Ooh, yo ho! I can't wait.
Yeah. The Cult Talks Conspiracy got into kind of a summer groove, and we thought that was a fantastic idea. So we wanted to add to that kind of summer feeling by covering pirate lore.
Yeah.
I'm going to be covering Davy Jones and his locker.
Yarr. I'll be covering Blackbeard.
And Jerry?
I'll be covering Anne Bonny, Mary Reed, and Calico Jack.
The original three-way. I like it.
Ooh, right on. Okay.
So that'll be fun. Join us on that on next time.
Yeah.
And so until next time, I'm Ben.
I'm Eric.
And remember to let sleeping dogs sly.